And what type of
and
protein?
fruits.
Because that's really important to a lot of people because people say all red meats. There's both an attack, and I see there's also a lot of the carnivore diet people that are all about just lots of red meat. So there's a little bit of this, which side are you on? I think maybe the middle might be best, but what are your thoughts about protein and how to get that into the system and red meats?
Well, protein comes from the Greek word proteus.
Hmm.
So it's the creative force. We all need protein. So good quality protein can be lentils,
Hmm.
it can be legumes, it can be eggs, it can be red meat, it can be chicken, it can be fish. I avoid nuts on the first part of the cleanse. Nuts is another protein, but nuts are a concentrated protein, and they can clog up the liver if we just eat it like popcorn. Oh,
Hmm.
I'm just eating nuts and vegetables and fruits. You're not going to clean your liver if you do that. I'm not against nuts, but I'm against it for the first 3 weeks. Actually, the cleansing diet until we're able to process the nuts because sometimes it's very difficult for the gallbladder to process the nuts.
And that's a big one I've heard when you eat a lot of red meat or fatty products as well. The gallbladder might become stressed at that point, right? Is that more about quality or quantity or both?
I would say both.
Both, right?
Yeah, I would definitely say both. It's not, so for me, the choice of which protein is not as important as the vegetables.
Mm. And it's the pairings, correct?
It's the pairings of the vegetables, correct? And it's also the fact that those vegetables have an electromagnetic energy. And this electromagnetic energy is what actually feeds our etheric body, which then feeds our physical body. Now we're getting into the energy and the harmonics of it. So my liver cleansing diet is a lot of vegetables. I recommend beets on the cleansing. If we're going to have fruits, apples are great. I use a citrus liver cleansing drink and first thing in the morning to flush after a long night's sleep. Um, I use lots of green vegetable, all color vegetables,
Hmm.
rainbow. Eat the rainbow, and eat every part of the vegetable.
Hmm.
You know, you you want the stalk, you want the root, you want the leaves, you want the fruit of the vegetables, you want the flower. So
Hmm.
you want your broccoli, you want your celery, you want your carrots, you want your beets. So have a varied parts of all the parts of the vegetables. In fact, if you take a vegetable and turn it upside down, okay, so now you have it's now man. That's so if you're going to feed the brain, you give it carrots and root vegetables.
Mm.
If you're going to feed the lungs, you give it leafy vegetables. I'm going to have a great soup in the recipe book. I don't know if you looked at my recipes, but half the book is recipes and how to
Yeah.
cook and the right way to cook. My way. I don't know if it's right, but I've done it. I've been telling people this for 40 years and it's been
Yeah.
working. So I have it's called Passato di Verdura, and it's a green vegetable soup, and it's got kale and spinach and dandelion
Mm.
and yeah, in the soup, and you just slow cook it and blend it. And that's a great soup for what I call dense nutrition.